In today's video, I'm going to be playing a grand challenge trying to go from 0 all the way to 12 wins using Loon Freeze. So I've made a lot of videos on Loon Freeze, but I don't think I've done one yet playing a full grand challenge, so that's what I decided to do. A couple of people requested it and wanted to see it, so let's try to make it happen. It's got no champions in the deck, so more free-to-play friendly than some other decks right now in the meta, so that's another reason why I decided to do a video on it. But yeah, let's get in the first game here, see if we can get the 12 win. Don't need to talk about the deck a ton in the intro, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are already very familiar with this deck. It has been in the game for quite some time. If you guys want, you can use, what was I going to say? You can use Baby Dragon instead of the Electro Drag, but I prefer the Electro Drag in the deck just because it is very, very good on defense, and especially if they don't have a Lightning, it's going to get a ton of value. But, you know, like, with that being said, you can for sure use the Baby Dragon if you want. I think it really just comes down to preference. So, get the King Tower activated really, really nicely. This guy's probably running 2.6. Pretty much every time I play a Grand Challenge, I usually play against 2.6 at least once. It's just an extremely popular deck, no matter what the meta is. So, we're going to send a Balloon here in the opposite lane, just because he cycled his cannon. We're going to go for a freeze. This is going to force a Fireball out of him. Even with that Fireball, though, it's actually going to get a connection. That is absolutely insane. So, yeah, already a great start to this game, because obviously we got the King Tower activated, and also we already got a, big-time balloon connection on top of his tower. So, great start. And yeah, guys, Loon, in my opinion, is one of the most fun decks to play in the game. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but, like, whenever I'm playing Loon, it's pretty fun. It might not be very fun to play against, but it is certainly fun to use. So Lumberjack, kind of a little annoying for him there. You see he kind of messed up the defense a little bit. The Ice Spirit ended up dying to the Lumberjack instead of freezing it, which is good for us. I'm actually going to just set up for another push here. He's probably going to Fireball early, but I'm going to freeze, and I think that's going to get a connection anyway because of the fact that he Fireballed it forward instead of backward. So we're kind of capitalizing off of his mistakes, which is often what you do with this deck. Because with this deck, there's many matchups that are quite challenging for it if your opponent plays very well. But if they just make a single mistake, you can capitalize off of it with either the Inferno Drag, the Balloon, paired with the Freeze. You can end up taking their whole tower because of it. And I think that's why this deck is just how it works. It's very punishing. And you can win games in just one single push. Alright, so we're going to get a Barbell going here. There's actually quite a lot of Hog in this meta, which is why maybe Loon is in an okay spot right now. Many different kinds of Hog decks. There's like, 2.6, obviously, you guys know people are always using, but then you got, like Hog Mortar decks, you got, what was I going to say, like Hog Bomb Tower with the Mighty Miner, stuff like that, which Loon is going to do pretty well against all of them, because obviously with the Bowler as well as the Tornado, it's very difficult for the Hog player to get through, especially also because, like I mentioned, Hog Mortar, the Bowler's also really good against the Mortar, and it's very hard for them to pressure with the Mortars, because if they do go for a Mortar when your Bowler's out of cycle, then you can just hit them up with a push in the opposite lane, like go Loon, and then all they got is, probably an air counter, like archers or... What the... Okay, this guy just I don't know what just happened here. This, like, almost never happens, but, looks like we got a free win, so I'll just 3-crown him and, yeah, go from there. I guess maybe he saw, our name, or maybe our achievements and got maybe nervous. That's one of my guesses, or maybe... That's one option, or maybe he's purposely losing out of the challenge because he already has a couple losses, so wants to reset. Probably one of those two things, but either way, I'll take it. I mean, I'm confused, but hey, I don't really care. A win is a win, no matter how you get it. I don't know, I'm thinking like he was losing out of the challenge on purpose. Sometimes, I'll actually do that sometimes too. If I get a loss in the first couple games, because I have a lot of gems, I'll usually just kind of lose out on purpose. I actually do that sometimes, but I know that's not really an option for people who don't have a lot of gems. You're just gonna continue the challenge and try your best, but that's, I guess, kind of the luxury of having a lot of gems sometimes. So anyway, this guy is going to be using probably Mega Knight wall breakers, so this will definitely be an interesting matchup. I could go Balloon, but in this type of matchup, you actually want to be really careful about being overly aggressive. I usually, in this type of matchup, it gets very hard for them in double, so there's no need to rush things. I guess that's the best way to put it. So he is going to go for a minor. Let's just get the king activated. He didn't even go for wall breakers with it, so that's just a super easy king activation for me. Unfortunately, the bowler is going to go down, but still a good situation because we got the king activated, and the game is pretty even or tied up right now, I would say. I'm just going to leak Elixir. Sometimes leaking Elixir is fine to do with this deck, especially in single, because this deck, like I said, it just gets better and better as the game goes on in most matchups. Okay, so now I'm definitely going to go for a Balloon because his Musketeer's out of rotation and his Bats. So he might even... Okay, he's going to go Mighty Miner. But, that's... I mean, we're still going to get a Balloon connection, maybe even two. I didn't want to freeze there. That obviously would have been a misplay because if I ended up freezing... Do I need to defend that? I'm just going to NATO just in case. Maybe I should have gone Lumberjack, but it's alright. We still have a really good lead, obviously. Okay, we should be able to stop this. Yeah, really nice E-Drag over there. If I had Baby Dragon, we would have been screwed. One perfect example of the E-Drag coming in clutch. It's great against the Inferno Drag too, which a lot of people are running. And it's just way better on defense. It's just for stalling like massive pushes and stuff. It's so helpful. Like if you have a Golem push coming in or Lava Hound push, it's going to be way better than the Baby Drag is. Alright, so that is still going to get a connection unless he does something else, so I'm not going to freeze. It might even... I was going to say maybe get a second shot. Doesn't get one, though. I should have known it wasn't going to get one. It's alright, though. Maybe I should have froze, but... Like I said, it's all good. We're kind of chilling here. I just need one more Balloon hit, and then we win. So we don't need to do anything too crazy. We just need to wait for a good opportunity to go in, and we'll be fine. Just go for a Lumberjack here. And then we'll go NATO to make sure that those wall breakers don't connect. And, alright, let's go E-Drag here. And then go for a Balloon. And then just freeze this Musk, and then it should be GG. Even with him going for the Mighty Miner ability, it's not... If any, that actually helped us. It pushed it to the towers. So yeah, it's going to be game. Nice win over there. We had some good pressure going at the right times. I wasn't overly aggressive, like constantly just going Lumberjack Balloon at the bridge, like every time I had in cycle. You definitely want to make sure you go for calculated pushes. Even though this deck, I think, is like easy to use overall, you still need to have a little bit of patience and knowing when to pressure, because if you're over aggressive with this deck, it can easily cost you the game. So I know sometimes you see mid-ladder players go like Lumberjack Balloon first play of the game. You definitely do not want to do that when you're using this deck, especially if you don't know what the opponent's playing. It's a very risky play that I wouldn't recommend, especially when you're against a good player that knows how to defend it. You'll probably get punished. So another Mighty Miner deck. He's going to send that in the other lane. So let's go for a bowler here. See if he decides to get the king activated. Ooh, he goes Rascals. I mean... Alright. A few different things this guy could be running. He could be running Graveyard. Okay, let's go for an Inferno Drag here. Yeah, he does have a Tombstone. So like I guessed, it probably is going to be a Graveyard deck. Yep, I knew he was going to send that in the other lane. That's why I cycled my E-Drag in the left lane, because I had a feeling he was going to send it in there. So if he goes for a freeze or something, I'm going to have to be ready with my NATO. Oh, really bad Rascals, in my opinion. Really bad. Because we could probably counter push off of them now. I think we might be able to get a good push right now. Let's actually go Balloon in the right, because we have an Inferno Drag still in. Let's freeze this. Yeah, nice. It's going to be a good push. Yep. pretty much gonna be, yeah, pretty much tower down. All we need is death damage. And then we won, and we win. We can't really cycle, okay, us not having... Us not having a Barbarian cycle kind of hurt there, not gonna lie. If we take his tower, though, then we're fine. We just need a freeze and a NATO to take it. That's why I cycled a freeze there. Because, oh, wow. Why did he go in the... That was a really bad play. Going in that other lane there. He should have gone in the left. I think NATO freeze does it. Yeah, freeze definitely does enough. I think freeze does like 30 damage or something. 30 something. I don't know the exact amount. Yeah, Graveyard can be definitely a little annoying. Because you don't have a lot of answers for it. So you definitely got to make sure you're being aggressive when you're against Graveyard matchups. Splash Yard is probably one of the hardest matchups for this deck. So if you're against, yeah, like Graveyard with NATO, then it's going to be really hard to win unless they make a mistake. We'll start with a Bar Barrel here. You want to be passive early on, but cycling a Bar Barrel is okay. I'm typically fine doing that. So he's going to go Goblins and Mighty Miner. So we're getting a few Mighty Miner decks in a row. It's really good right now, so I guess that's not too surprising. We'll just cycle Inferno Drag, same lane. And then if he plays in the other lane, we probably want to go for, like, an E-Drag or something like that. Yeah, it has too much health. I can't really ignore it. Maybe I would have been able to, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And we'll just go for a bowler here. Is this really another Graveyard deck? Some people are running this Rascal Graveyard deck. I don't think it's that good, because there's a lot of people running, the reason I don't think it's that good is because there's a lot of people using Poison and Earthquake. Which I think the deck just kind of wrecks. Or, the cards just kind of wreck, but... Didn't get another shot, really. Guess I'm going to have to go Lumberjack here. Even with him playing in the other lane, it's still going to be completely fine. Good start, but... Let's see. Oh, wow, he just ignored all of that. I guess that's good for us. We got a lot of damage there. He even gives the oops. Just Inferno Drag. Yeah, we're gonna have to pressure here for sure. I'm gonna freeze. He's probably not gonna expect it. Yeah, nice. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying with the freezes? He's gonna poison. I think he... Oh! He doesn't have a poison. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be game. Let's go. I don't think that... I don't know what that matchup is. I mean, we just beat a similar deck 2 times in a row. I feel like it's about even. Like, I think it can go either way. Because he could have for sure played a little better. Because we got, like, very, we were kind of blessed with that Inferno Drag locking on. If he didn't let that happen, or if he saved something for that, I don't know if we would have won. But, yeah, that can get, like, a little scary, especially with having very limited counters to the graveyard. So... Okay, so this is a Mortar deck. As I was talking about, this guy really just went... I'm gonna go Lumber Loon here only because he literally just used his Tesla and Mortar already. So he's not gonna have a lot of Elixir. We literally already won. Pretty much his fault though, because if he didn't go, see, that's why you don't go what he just did basically. He basically, I mean, that's why you don't do that. That's why you don't go Mortar Tesla first play of the game. Because if you do, that's what's going to happen. It's a massive overcommitment, and then especially the Knight. He shouldn't have gone for that Knight. He could have potentially saved himself had he stopped with just the Mortar and the Tesla, but he decided not to. He was like, alright, I'm gonna... I think he gave up. Yo, he gave up. Oh my goodness. That is going to be a nice 3 crown there. Alright. So what are we at? 6-0 now already? Let's go. JJ. Yeah, 6-0 already. Alright, second half now. The challenge. It's going to get harder, but at the rate we're going, we should be able to close it out. In our next one here against Bruce. So we got Bowler. Okay, he's going to go for the Dark Prince. I guess E-Drag same lane should be alright. E-Wiz. Just Bar Barrel. Pull that Dark Prince back. Very aggressive by him. I went Bowler just in case. Yep, that's exactly why I did that. Because I knew that if he went for a zap or something, we would have. So yeah, very aggressive by him. I do not know why he did that. Let's see if he chooses to... Okay, so he's just going to let that Bowler go. Might want to get like a tower trade situation going here. Yeah, I mean, we're probably in an okay spot. I think this matchup, I want to say, is this better for us in a 2-tower game? I don't know, actually. Either way, this is definitely hard in single elixir, and then in double and triple, it, I think, gets better. So I want to say it's a good situation for us that happened. We just got to focus on trying to defend. The E-Wiz is going to be really annoying, and then also the Princes, because, yeah. We don't got a lot of, like, ground support for the Princes. The Bowler's not that good against them. See what we can do, though. We need to get some nice freezes going and stuff. Like that. Boom. Oh, he's got a... Why does he have a poison? That is kind of whack. I'm just gonna Bowler. We can't really Loon. We need to be patient, wait for a good opportunity. He just kind of, wow, he just wasted like all that elixir. This might be the opportunity we needed to go in. We're to ignore the entirety of that Prince, I think. It's gonna be worth. See? It's worth. Let's go. I knew it. I knew he wasn't gonna be able to defend. 5 elixir was too much. I'm glad I ignored it. I was thinking about going Bar Barrel, but if I went Bar Barrel, we might have not been able to take the tower because we needed that 2 elixir for the push. Let's go. Nice win there. Against Double Prince. Definitely an interesting matchup for sure. So 7-0 now. 5 more to go. Alright, in a match against Bob Jr. So some sort of cycle deck. We already know that. Log. I mean, could be Hog, could be Mortar. I mean, this is... Expo's a hard matchup. We'll see what we can do, though. If that's what it is, and I assume it is Expo. We will see, I guess. It's looking like Expo. Expo's tough. No denying it. Alright. So... Oh! It's actually not that bad, now that I know he's got Rocket. I assumed he was running Expo with Fireball. The reason why him having Rocket is good is because it's pretty easy for me to space everything out. Like, I can easily go for, Oh, it's nice. This isn't that bad, actually. Wait, but doesn't he have a... That's gonna be Tower if he doesn't do anything. Yo, that was nasty. Are you kidding me? Wow, bro, what was that, man? That guy definitely screwed up that defense. The mortar placement was probably the worst part about it. He could have played it like higher up and more to the middle, so the balloon had to travel farther to, or I didn't even play a balloon, but wait a minute. I didn't even use a balloon in that push. That's why it was bad, because he didn't even have to anyway. We won. We pretty much it's over. Siege decks are really bad. If they lost to tower, their defense is just... They're not going to be able to... Usually they can't come back from it. Like, Expo is typically known for that. Like, if Expo loses a tower, it's the same way, though, with that Mortar Cycle deck. 8-0. We've had really quick games so far. Alright, in our next match here against Killer Machine. So, we don't have an amazing... Okay, yep, perfect. I was going to say, we don't have an amazing starting hand, so we're just going to react to what he wants to do. Wallbreaker's first play could mean a few different things. He might be running Mega Knight Wallbreakers, or he could be using a more cycle-y version with Mighty Miner or something. With the Bandit, though, definitely looking like it's going to be Mega Knight Wallbreakers, so I'm just going to leak a little bit of Elixir here. And then we'll go for a Bar Barrel on that Bandit. Him having Ewiz is going to be very annoying, because Ewiz is great against our Inferno Drag, so that is a bit unfortunate. This is definitely a match where we need to be very passive in single Elixir. Okay, we do get the King activated, so that's really good. He might get it activated off the E-Drag, I don't know. Yeah, he does. At least I get a lot of damage from that E-Drag still, that's good. Ooh, yeah, this is not going to be that easy, because he's got Phoenix and Ewiz, which are two pretty good cards against this deck. Ewiz really good against the Inferno Drag, Phoenix really good against the Balloon. We will see, though. Oh, nice. I'm so glad I went for an E-Drag. I was thinking about not going for one, but now I'm certainly glad that I did. Oh, he went arrows because he was scared about me going for a freeze. I'm glad I didn't, because I was thinking about it. Not gonna lie, I was thinking about going for that freeze. Glad I didn't. It would have been a complete waste of Elixir. Perfect. Inferno Drag cycled the same lane as that Mega Knight. I'm going to ignore those wall breakers, especially because he didn't play them on the left of the bridge. Only one connects. He can't defend this, so this is going to be a tower trade, because we both couldn't really defend each other's pushes. Not really the best situation, though, can't lie. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, that matchup kind of sucked. He played alright though, but yeah, that matchup was definitely a pretty hard counter. Maybe not like a really hard counter, but definitely probably like 70-30 for him at least, because the Ewiz is what made that so hard. If he was running other variants of that Mega Knight deck with, like, for example, the if he had Musketeer or Queen, it would have been a lot easier. It's the Ewiz that made it so hard. But the Phoenix too. So if he was running the variant with Bats and Queen, or yeah, anyway. Um it's only our first loss though, so I guess it's not that bad. Come on, bowler. Just realized I probably could have NATO'd that Phoenix to the King Tower. Oh, that's game. That is game. Look at that. Yeah, we don't even need to do anything else. I didn't even have to freeze there. That's huge. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I was a little concerned by the start because of all that damage he got on both my towers, but we just came back like almost instantly. That was insane. Now all I gotta do is just defend for like... Bro, are you joking? It went in the other lane? I might lose right now because of that. Let me just go Balloon to try to pressure. Because I know he's... Yep, I knew he was going to want a Graveyard. So going for that Balloon kind of is going to prevent him from doing anything else with the Graveyard. And we get a shot. Okay, I definitely needed that. Oh, that was so annoying that the Skeleton King went in the other lane. I mean, I should have probably anticipated or known that might have happened by, like, waiting, but, you know, can't really blame myself that much for that happening. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get the tower. There's no way around that. It's okay, though, because I'm pretty sure that, we're still in a great spot. We'll see. Generally, a 2-tower game is bad for Graveyard. Bro, the Rascals are actually really good now. What the heck, man? Oh, I think he just lost. Yeah, now he has no elixir. That's game. That was, like, way too aggressive on his end there. Way too aggressive. Alright, nice win. 9-1 now. 3 more to go. Let's try to close out. Alright, in our next match here, so we got Lumberjack, E-Drag, Balloon, NATO. We're just gonna wait until he makes a play, so I'll see you guys when that happens. Because with Lumberloon, it's better as the match goes on usually, and I'm not gonna cycle anything. Okay, he went Goblin Gang, so we'll go Lumberjack. Then he's got Ghost. I have no clue what this is, actually. Alright, I'd like to get the King activated here. Why are there so many people running the Goblin Hut? And I have no bowler in cycle, which is so annoying. Oh, man. This is looking like a really hard counter. I don't know the rest of his deck, but this looks horrible. Wow. This deck looks so toxic. Yeah, yikes. This is not looking good at all. Let's go, Inferno Drag. Inferno Drag MVP. If he doesn't have a big spell, we're fine. Oh my gosh, we actually won. This guy's deck was so brain dead. Oh my gosh. What a toxic deck. I'm not gonna lie, I would have been so mad if I lost to that. That deck was so toxic. Ten and 1. I do not think that was an easy matchup either. I just think we got really, really lucky with that Inferno Drag luck and all, and that was really clutch. Alright, we're in our next game here against Shaw. We got Lumberjack, E-Drag, Inferno Drag, Loon. We're just gonna wait for him to make a play. Alright guys, so we're approaching double now. He still hasn't done anything. So I'm going to, in a few seconds, just cycle a Lumberjack in the back because it's good to be the first person to make a move because you usually get an elixir or two back because they're the ones responding to what you do. So we'll go E-Drag here. He's got a Phoenix, so this could be many different things. With him having a Skelly Drags, though, this is looking like there's a very good chance this is a Lava deck, and if that's the case, this is going to be a very good matchup for us because we have the Inferno Drag, we have the E-Drag, the Freeze. We got like a lot of good stuff against against Lava, so I'm really liking the look of this matchup, which is great. With that being said, we still need to play well and have good defense, obviously. It's not like a guaranteed win, but it's quite good for sure. I'm going to NATO those together so the E-Drag can chain them. Nice. See if he goes in for a Lava. He is. He's going to play it in the other lane, though. So let's actually get some pressure going. We might be able to take his tower right now because really all we need is we just need a an Inferno Drag to defend, and we'll be okay. Oh, really nice bar barrel. That bar barrel is so good. Freeze coming in. He goes for Flying Machine. It's not... Oh, nice. That's it. Yes, let's go. GG. Yeah, that matchup was really easy. There's not a whole lot the Lava player can do. And again, that's another game where it's like, you're so glad you got the E-Drag. Because if you have Baby Dragon, that exact matchup would be so much harder because it would be significantly more challenging to defend the Lava pushes. Alright, so if we win this game, we get the 12. Bro, this guy just went Recruits first play of the game? Are you kidding me? And I don't have my bowler in cycle? That's like the definition of getting starting handed. If I lose because of the start, I'm going to be like really annoyed. Hopefully we're okay though. Because yeah, who does that? Like Recruits in the back first play of the game is kind of crazy. I'm going to pressure because he was super aggressive. I think it's fine to do so. He goes in for a Flying Machine. I was thinking of freezing it, but we're still going to get a connection. Wow. Ooh, we got to Inferno Drag that and then just go NATO to get the King activated. I guess not the best NATO because only 2 pigs went to the King instead of 3, but not bad. Forces a Golden Knight out of him. We're just going to get a Lumberjack down. And I would say this start isn't that bad since we do get the King activated, even though he's got a small lead. And actually now he just took the lead. So yeah, really good start. I also think the bowler's going to get so much value in this match, as well as the E-Drag, so I'm hoping at least this shouldn't be too difficult to win. Feeling pretty good about this one. We'll just cycle bowler in this lane, because he's got more damage in this lane, and we're going for the right lane anyway, because that's where we got more damage. But we still need to focus on the left with probably an E-Drag or a Barb Barrel. Well, now that he did that, we're going to need to go for an E-Drag this lane. I still have my Tornado, though, so we're perfectly fine if he does decide to, Oh, man, it's at 1 HP. That's so annoying. Maybe I should have gone NATO to kill it. I guess it's fine, though. But yeah, it probably would have been a good play to NATO it, because then I would have still had the bowler up, which would have applied pressure. All good, though. Let's go for a balloon here. Let's just go in with the bowler. Get a nice NATO, killing everything there. And that might be a balloon connection. No, it's not, but look at the tower. The bowler locks on. Nice. All we got to do is defend. It's over. We get the 12. Let's go, guys. Pretty easy grand challenge. I have to say, pretty easy grand challenge. We only lost one game, and that game we lost, even though I think at the time I might have overreacted how bad of a matchup it is, because that's sometimes what happens. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Whenever I lose, I might over-exaggerate how bad a matchup is, because I'm a little upset I lost. I think that matchup might have only been like, I said it was like 70-30. It might have been only like 60-40 for him, or maybe it was even like 50-50, because I probably could have played a little better. But either way, every other game was smooth sailing. Really nice Grand Challenge win over here. Very fun deck to play, Loon. I think it's overall a easier deck to play than most decks in this game. It does take skill, as you saw, like with knowing when to pressure and how to defend properly, but I think it's probably easier to play than the average deck. That's the point I'm making. So definitely give it a try if you want to you know, attempt to win a Grand Challenge. It's also easier to win Grand Challenges end of the season, so that's another big tip, because the best players in the game, most of them are pushing ladder to get a really good finish, so that's my #1 tip. If you want to try to win a Grand Challenge, the easiest time, your best chance to do so is the last week of the season on ladder. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already, and thanks again until next time, guys.